FM 부산영어방송.
Hello. Happy Monday to you. The rainy season is 100% upon us, made our weekend very tough. I hope everybody is safe and sound.
Yeah, definitely. So today is a very special day here in South Korea. It's 제헌절, Constitution Day. It's a day to commemorate the first Korean constitution becoming law.
Yes, and Article 10 of Korean Constitution provides all citizens shall have the right to pursue happiness.
Yeah, so how should we go about doing that? Maybe one step is to, down the complaining about how bad our lives can be and start taking steps to make it better.
Yes.
It's you that chooses happiness every day.
tonight, 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 tonight.
Wow, what a great tune to kick off Monday. Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins. Welcome back to the show. Inside Out Busan, it is Monday. It's the 17th of July. I'm Laura McCluckey.
And I'm Min-Soo Shin. Welcome everybody to the show. Glad you have tuned in. Hello to everybody on our radio waves. Hello to everybody on our YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And if you want to join us, you could do so on our YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can come and find us at BEFM or Busan영어방송 on YouTube, and we will be there. And I have some lipstick on today, so don't look,
You made yourself a little presentable.
I don't look so. I don't want to say ghost faced, but that's kind of what it is.
Like before?
Like bland.
Ghost face. Yeah. Just like background.
Yeah. So now I have features. Now I've got eyebrows.
Nice.
My face has curves
Yeah.
and shadows.
You went very out of your way today.
I
Thank
did,
you.
I
On
did.
behalf
You're
of
welcome.
all of our watchers.
Because it's Monday.
It is
and
Monday.
I thought because of the weather, we have to remain bright.
Yes, right. And it was just all rain this
was.
whole weekend.
Yeah.
And yesterday it was crazy too. I do hope our listeners, were safe. I'm sure we'll get updates on how bad the weather was over the weekend from Annie in just a bit.
Yeah.
But today is a very special day here in Korea. 제헌절, Constitution Day. In the current era of the annual $30,000 US income, most people say they're not happy. So why aren't we happy? Right? Because in the Constitution here in Korea, it says that the Constitution provides people with the right to pursue happiness. So why aren't we happy?
Because we get tied up in this pursuit of happiness. Happiness can only exist in the here and now. But have you ever said, oh, it will be better when? Or I'll be happier when? So the milestones in life, getting that promotion, making more money, graduating, getting married. We're always thinking we're only going to be happy when we get to be or do something that exists in the future. But guess what? The future never comes because there's only the present.
Yes.
So we're always chasing something. So we're constantly living in a sense of, I don't have this yet, so I'm not happy.
True that. Oh, you're on your A game today. Starting off the show with some deep thoughts, right? Also, a lot of people, they pointed to the reasons for, the overall low happiness index among just Koreans in general. They pointed to things like societal unfairness, just unequal when it comes to most stuff, job instability, and uncertainty when it comes to their old age. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to continue living my life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people who chase happiness, pursue happiness, they often feel like they don't have enough time in the day, which paradoxically, I guess, kind of makes them feel more unhappy, which can lead to more stress, more anxiety. And this is not just me being deep and profound. This is like scientific research.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's things that we can do that we enjoy that provide moments of happiness. But I think something more important, we should focus on what drains our happiness, what makes us unhappy.
Yeah, because if you start cutting those out, those things in your life, things could change for the better, I might say, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So today being 제헌절, and one of the fundamental rights that we all have, right? The right to pursue happiness. What are things that, might be stopping you, our listeners, from pursuing that happiness? Why aren't you maybe as happy as it should be? 우리가 더 행복하지 못하는 이유는 무엇이라고 생각하십니까?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you worry too much, finances, home, family. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, you're stuck in your past.
Yeah.
That's like a big one too. Like you're always like thinking, what if, instead of looking forward. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big one for me. If I do see any bumps in my road to happiness.
Yeah. Also thinking about the future. Like that's where we spend most of our time, in the past or in the future. And we
맞아요.
rarely focus on the present moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
deep.
So deep and so
The past is gone.
So teaching
The future
today
haven't
you
happened
are.
yet.
네.
And the present is all we have.
아까 한 10초 전에 멈췄으면 딱 좋았을
It was
거예요.
that. It was that quote that I brought the other day.
Oh,
from
that's
the,
right.
The tortoise from Kung Fu Panda.
The tortoise. Oh, the turtle, you mean?
Is he a turtle?
Oh, the master, right?
Yeah.
That teaches.
Master. Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember his name. He
Same
said
here.
the present, like right now, is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call it the present.
Yeah. That's something that's I've also heard even before Kung Fu Panda, I think.
I feel probably yes. Yes.
Right?
It wasn't just a turtle.
Yeah, so listeners, get in touch with us. Let us know how you're doing today. Let us know what you think of this. Why aren't we as happy as we should be? Pound 9050, shop 9050 will cost you 100 won. You could chat with us on our Kakao Talk or on our YouTube. Yeah, come join us.
Now it's time for News Bites. Welcome back. It's time for News Bites. Annie's in the studio with us. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Hi. Well, she's waving to our watchers today on our YouTube.
I heard someone's stomach going.
It wasn't me. I'm actually not hungry.
Well, it wasn't me because I'm all the way over here.
Really?
It must have been yours.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
It's not my stomach.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it was either you or me because we're
Yeah.
the hungriest around this time, right?
You are. Also me.
Yeah, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me this time.
Can make us happy.
Annie, thank you so much for coming in today. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday?
Yeah, nothing
Happy
to...
Monday.
Got a hint of a migraine today.
Oh, no.
어떡해.
It's a chronic thing.
Well,
I've learned to
hopefully we
accept
don't
it.
make it worse, right? Because knowing me and Laura, we
Fingers
tend to give
crossed.
people headaches sometimes. But let's get to it. What do you got in the news for us?
Right. So we do have to jump into it. The deadly floods. So as
Yes.
of 11 a.m. this morning, the heavy rainfall has amounted to 40 people dead. So that's 19 people in Gyeongbuk, 16 people in Chungbuk, 4 people in Chungnam, and also 1 person in Sejong. There are also 9 people missing, and that's including the woman in her 60s that was swept away in the Hakjang stream last Tuesday. And also there were 34 injured. And then on top of this, around 10,000 people had to temporarily evacuate their homes to safety. And there is the devastating flooding of the Osong underpass, where rescue teams have recovered 13 bodies so far. Animals were also affected by this, with 533,000 chickens and also 46,000 other livestock animals having died in the deadly floods. Infrastructure, of course, the damage was extensive. Many fields of crops have also been wiped out, as the heavily affected regions were key agricultural regions.
Yeah. Oh, this was definitely tough to hear about, tough to read, and
Tough to watch.
Tough to
Just
watch.
very, very painful.
Yeah. What's the progress specifically on the Osong underpass?
Right, so authorities are still working to recover all 16 cars that were confirmed trapped, and they're also trying to drain out the water. They are facing some difficulties. The government has also launched an investigation into how the situation got so deadly so quickly, as to where it went wrong in terms of the response. Why was a traffic restriction not imposed despite flood warnings for the nearby Miho River, which is why it flooded? A little bit of light in this, though. I didn't want to just leave it on this sad note. A dog named Jinsuni from Yecheongun, Gyeongbuk actually returned home after 24 hours, and it showed up covered in mud because it had been swept away in the flood waters.
Gosh.
And his or her, I believe it's a her owner, her owner, the dog is a girl, owner is a 73-year-old male. He had actually had to hold on to a tree as the water and mud rose all the way up to his face.
Goodness.
And he was unfortunately unable to save the dog, so he was very happy when the dog rocked up, wagging its tail 27 hours later.
Yeah. I mean, thank goodness for like a story like this, because I think right now it's just, I gotta be honest, a lot of doom and gloom
It
when it
is.
comes to just news,
really
when it
is.
comes to the monsoon, just wreaking havoc, it seems like, in a lot of areas across the country.
Yeah.
I'm sure the continued updates will be provided here at BFM, and you'll be doing it on the news as well as here at for News Bites. So thank you so much on the current update of what's going on with the floods. What's next?
Right. So a bill to strengthen the punishment for the intentional killing of newborn babies, as well as abandonment of the bodies, has passed a National Assembly committee today. The Legislation and Judiciary Committee approved the revision of the Criminal Act, which makes the punishment for infanticide and abandonment the same as ordinary murder and abandonment.
Okay, and again, this is a story we've been following for a very long time. I say long time, it's only come to light very recently.
About a month.
In this kind of, well, to this extent, but it's gone very quickly. So what is the current maximum punishment for infanticide and abandonment?
Right. So the current law stipulates the punishment for infanticide at an imprisonment of not more than 10 years, while ordinary murder, it stipulates the death penalty, life sentence, or an imprisonment of at least 5 years. It also stipulates an imprisonment of up to 3 years or a fine of up to 5 million won, or an imprisonment of up to 10 years or a fine of up to 15 million won for those convicted of just ordinary body abandonment, compared to a prison term of up to 2 years or a fine of up to 3 million won for those convicted of infant body abandonment. The revision will be presented to a parliamentary plenary session tomorrow before it goes into effect in about 6 months.
I mean, you know, it's wonderful that this is being updated, and I think definitely needed. But I'm still shocked at like a fine of up to 3 million won, and I just think that's really not strong enough. And I think Minsu and I mean, you and I agree all the time. Make the punishments tougher, make the punishments harder for, I mean, everything really.
Right.
And it just, 2 years or a fine of up to 3 million won just doesn't sound like anything.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm very glad that this has been updated. I'm glad it's passed through the National Assembly Committee.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, hopefully it gets to a point, with these fines and punishments that really it like strikes, fear sometimes in people's, minds when it comes to maybe even like, I don't know, like God forbid, like really like think about, partaking in these types of horrible acts.
And I think as well, it's really important. I mean, it's so great that we're talking about this, but I think it's so important that we talk about support for mothers who find themselves in situations that they are, for whatever reason, unable to, or feel that they're unable to recover from, escape from, deal with, etc. And I think
a community.
Yeah, so the infrastructure of support also is something that I'm glad they're going to be looking at as well.
For sure, right? So I guess let's take this as good news, right? A step forward in the right direction.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our last bit of news.
Right, a little bit from the Ukraine-Russia front. So the Kerch Bridge is actually the longest in Europe, and it actually carries both road and rail traffic between Crimea and Russia. It also serves as a vital logistical area for Moscow's military for its war against Ukraine. This bridge was actually hit by, I believe, 2 strikes early Monday local time. That's around 3 a.m. It actually unfortunately killed 2 people. They were civilians, and injured a third. I believe it was her parents that were killed, and the daughter survived. That was according to multiple reports. A video shows extensive damage on one of the bridge's spans. That's the length between the support piers. And officials have asked residents to choose an alternative land route if traveling to and from Crimea.
Yeah. Now, this is actually a pretty standout incident, right, in the war. So why is this significant?
Right. Well, of course, it's a critical path for supplying Crimea with both its daily needs and supplies for the military, but it also provides fuel and goods for the civilians living there. A Russian-backed official, though, said that Crimea is very well stocked at the moment, so there's no huge concern there. It shows this attack shows Russian President Vladimir Putin's objective to take over Ukraine, the fact that he took over Crimea, of course, annexed it. Ukraine hasn't really claimed responsibility for this attack, nor, if you can recall, back in October last year, there was another bigger attack on the bridge. But the security service of Ukraine posted quite a cryptic message on social media, and it's, quote, "Nightingale, my dear brother, the bridge has gone to sleep again, and once, twice." End quote. And Russia has just blamed Ukraine for the attack. So we have no confirmation.
Isn't it
nor
interesting, that now national security forces are using social media to put out their cryptic messages.
That's how much social media and the internet in general has become
it's a
such
weapon in itself.
weapon,
It is.
right? A very useful tool for these types of for various parties. Yeah, well, Annie, thank you so much for all the updates on the
Right.
news today.
Bit of a heavy Monday.
little bit,
Yeah.
right? But need to know, of course, news. Thank you so much. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yep. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
너를 만난 그
All right, let's have a song. This is Paul Kim, 너를 만나.
사소한 변화들에 행복해져 눈이 부시게 빛나는 아침 너를 떠올리며 눈 뜨는 하루 식탁 위에 마주 앉아 너의 하루는 어땠는지 묻거나 나의 하루도 썩 괜찮았어 웃으며 대답해주고 싶어 별거 아닌 일에 맘이 통할 때면 익숙해진 서로가 놀라웠어 널 사랑해 평온한 지금처럼만 영원하고 싶다고 너를 바라보다 생각했어 너를 만나 참 행복했어 나 이토록 사랑할 수 있었던 건 아직 어리고 모자란 내 마음 따뜻한 이해로 다 안아줘서 무심한 말투에 서로 아플 때면 차가워진 사이가 견딜 수 없어 미안해 불안한 지금이라도 영원하고 싶다고 너를 바라보다 생각했어 너를 만나 참 행복했어 나 이토록 사랑할 수 있었던 건 아직 어리고 모자란 내 마음 따뜻한 이해로 다 안아줘서 뜨거웠던 여름 지나 그리워질 빗소리에 하나 둘 수줍어 또 얼굴 붉히며 생각이 많아진 너의 눈이 맞출 테니 우리 함께 걸어가기로 해 나를 만나 너도 행복하니 못해준 게 더 많아서 미안해 이기적이고 불안한 내가 너에게만은 잘하고 싶었어 오랫동안 나 기다려 완벽한 사랑을 찾은 것 같아 날 잡아줘서 힘이 돼줘서 소중한 배려로 날 안아줘서 너를 만나
I love a bit of Paul Kim in the rain. Is it
Yeah.
raining? I don't know.
Somewhere it probably is.
Somewhere. Yes,
Yeah.
it is monsoon season. 너를 만나 by Paul Kim here at Inside Out Busan. The time is now 6:32, almost 6:33. I'm Laura McCluskey.
And I'm Min Soo Shin. Thank you so much for joining us on our program today. And happy Monday. I forgot to ask you, how was your weekend?
Good.
Good.
I went to Jeju.
Nice. How was
Did you
the
not see
weather over there?
The gur and the chocolate that I brought back for
sorry.
the office.
I was busy preparing for the show.
I was busy.
I was just glued to the
wishing
computer.
my flight was cancelled.
Oh, so you could remain there, right?
So I could just, unfortunately, sadly, have to stay in Jeju.
It's because of all that wishing that brought you back to
I
us.
tell you what, though, it was very, very misty, so the weather wasn't too bad in Jeju. Actually, there was rain on and off, but nothing like what it was on mainland.
Oh, yeah.
But our accommodation was kind of up a mountain a little bit, up the hill, so there was a lot of fog.
A lot of fog,
I didn't see anything out my window for a full day.
Yeah.
There was too much fog. Couldn't go
guess-
anywhere. It was too
yeah.
dangerous to drive.
If you were to spend some extra dough on just better views, especially in those areas,
That was a good view.
I bet it was.
It was
If
a
the
really
fog
good
wasn't
view,
there.
but the fog was this
the fog was there.
morning when we got up.
Yeah.
The curtains opened. I was like, "What the?
맞아.
Gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous view." Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, had to check out.
Right. You're probably like trying to shoo it away with your hands.
I was like,
Just
"What?
move. Just a little
Jeju."
bit, right?
So I was very glad to be back in Busan.
Nice. Glad to have you back, right?
How was your weekend?
A very low-key weekend for me. Just stayed home, watched a couple
Yeah.
movies. It was pouring outside.
Yeah.
So much rain. 진짜 그냥 꼼짝 말고 그냥 집에 있었어요.
맞아요.
우리는, right?
무서워.
Yeah, but let's specifically see what the weather is going to be like from here on out.
Well, speaking about the weather, it is currently averaging 27 degrees Celsius here in Busan, which is very warm. Indeed, it's very muggy. Tomorrow morning, we've got lows of 24 and afternoon highs of 26, so the temperature won't change too much. However, the rain front will get more powerful tomorrow, dropping heavier showers on Korea. So until tomorrow, Busan and Gyeongsang provinces do need to brace for 250 millimeters of massive rainfall in some areas. So please do stay weather aware, weather prepared. 부산은 내일 강하고 많은 비가 내리겠습니다. 안전에 유의하시기 바랍니다.
I can't imagine what 250 millimeters
A lot.
looks like. Probably a lot, even more so than like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to our traffic, we have congestion on 충렬대로 from Dongdae High School going towards Naesung Junction. There's also congestion on Puam Overpass from Jinhyang Junction going towards Yeonji three-way intersection. Slow-moving traffic on Gwangnam-lo from Millakgyo going towards Dongbang five-way intersection. And unfortunately, a report of a car breaking down in the second lane before Olympic Junction. This is on Haeundae-ro from Seungdan three-way intersection towards Olympic Junction. Everybody,
Drive safe.
부탁드릴게요. 네.
All right. Now it's time for the IOB 5분 상식. Yes, time for the 5분 상식, getting you in the know of some of the most useful, trending, and need-to-know words and expressions in the world. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간이죠.
네, 오늘의 5분 상식은요. 최근 과학자들이 언급한 인류세에 대해 알아보도록 하겠습니다.
Oh, did you hear that? So, evidence in Canada lake indicates start of new 인류세. As geologists, we can now officially say that we are living in the 인류세 epoch.
Dr. McCluskey, 당신은 지질학자시죠? But 인류세라고요? Is that some kind of new tax? I have never heard of it.
Tax? No, it's not a tax. 인류세라고.
Oh, okay, I got it. So you mean the 인류세? It's a rare species found only in a certain period. 저는 조류학자입니다. Tell me about more, please.
No. You've got it all wrong. It's about the geological changes caused by human civilization.
Oh, 인류세. Have you seen the actual bird? What does it look like? Does it have big wings? Is its beak pink? Describe it as you saw.
Do you know, Dr. Minsu, I really can't talk to you anymore. You are a 조류학자, ornithologist, so all you have in your mind is birds.
Of course, I'm
Bird
the
brain.
best ornithologist in the world. I do have a bird brain. I'm very proud of that. But I heard the 일류새 for the first time today. Oh, I can't stand it. I'm so curious. 말해달라고요.
How can I get out of here? How can I escape this idiot? Look at that beautiful 일류새. Oh, what a magnificent bird over there.
어디? Oh, 일류새야, 이리 오렴. Come here, little bird. Oh, Dr. Laura 완전 짜증나 있었다. Very
So annoying.
so annoying. Dr. Minsu would be if I were to portray that actual character in real life.
You are annoying without playing a character, so just
Well, you're welcome.
FYI.
자, 일류새. Now, it's not a bird's name, right?
It's not. It's
Okay.
not a bird's name. It's not a bird's name,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Minsu.
네.
일류새 is Anthropocene or Anthropocene. How do you say it? Anthropocene.
Anthropocene. There you go.
In English. So it's derived from the Greek terms for human and new. In, which of course is human, like eating.
Yeah.
인분. 얼마예요? So since the middle of the 20th century, humans have had a very strong effect on planet Earth, as we all know. These effects have, of course, included climate change, things like species loss, pollution. We are terrible. 일류새, or Anthropocene, is a proposed geological epoch dating from the commencement of significant human impact on Earth's geology and ecosystems.
Basically, just how much we've kind of 건드렸 nature
much
and
we're
planet
ruining the
Earth.
planet. Yeah,
Exactly.
basically.
Now, the concept of Anthropocene was popularized back in 2000 by a Dutch chemist by the name of Paul Crutzen. Is there a special reason why the term and the idea of Anthropocene became such a hot topic these days?
Well, recently the site to represent the start of the Anthropocene epoch on Earth has been selected by scientists. So, scientists have said that sediment at Crawford Lake in Canada provides evidence of the beginning of the Anthropocene age. 캐나다 크로포드 호수가 일류새 지표로 선정됐죠.
네.
So this epoch started sometime between 1950 and 1954. Now, according to the scientists, humanity's impact has been so strong that scientists are saying a new geological epoch, the Anthropocene epoch, began then.
Yeah. So, I mean, that tells you just how much we are putting a, quote unquote dent, right, into planet Earth and
We
its
are
history
rubbish.
because now we are leaving our civilization is leaving its mark
Yeah.
on planet Earth.
It's like a carbon footprint, except like just bigger, the humanity footprint.
There you go. Now, this is something to be rather concerned about.
Yeah, don't like it.
네, 일류새 Anthropocene. 이거는요, 인류 또는 인간의 개발 활동이 지구 기후와 생태계를 크게 바꿔놓는 새로운 지질시대를 말하는 겁니다. 오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 괴종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 저 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래, 라디오.
네가 저번 주 심참인 것 같네.
22번 훈련병!
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요. 오늘은
The Monday Riddler! Contestants, come on down.
I'm Mary, and
Thank you,
I
Rod
collect
Roddy.
teapots.
I'm
I do collect teapots.
Oh.
I'm not making fun of that, just FYI.
because it totally
it's
sounds
good
like you're
because I
making
hope-
fun of it.
I collect teapots and magnets.
But Minsu doesn't know what there's a tea and the tea. The tea is in the teapot. Remember that one?
Can we not bring up, traumatic
Very
events?
excited about
Right?
today. I love this segment.
People's image of me have been shattered due to this segment. Thank you very much,
Love
Andrew.
it. Love it.
Well done. Good.
Yeah.
What's
How you
going on, everybody?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. Were you as surprised as me when some golden rod appeared or golden circle appeared in the sky today?
What? I didn't see this.
Circle?
The sun? Minsu and Laura, come on, people.
What are you talking about? A golden circle?
Yes.
Like a big
Maybe
hole
if
opened up or
everybody in the
something.
room doesn't get it, maybe it's not everybody else in the room. Maybe it's you.
You didn't see the sun today? For the first time in a long time.
I don't think so. It
You're not
was all,
supposed to
it
look
was
at the
all-
sun, Andrew.
It was all gloom where I was. Where
Apparently
were you?
doom and gloom in your two lives. Welcome, everybody, to Melancholy Mix here on
Melancholy Monday.
Jumpins.
All right.
We are here for Monday Riddler.
Jeepers.
We are.
All right, and I got some doozies. All right, I added some to the list so in case we ran out of, or we ran through these really quick, because I thought
Yeah.
I'm going to throw you guys a bit of a bone today because I don't think they're as difficult as the past few weeks.
Why did you have to say that?
No, it's going to be even worse when we get them wrong.
Why did you have to say that?
Yes. Yes.
We're
All right, well, we're going to
on
start off
the block.
with a good one. A funny one, make everybody chuckle.
And listeners, if you are faster than me and Laura when it comes to answers, feel free to help me out.
Listeners, give them a chance, please. Give them a chance.
All right, here we go.
All right, first one. What time is it when an elephant sits on a fence?
What time is it?
Time is it when an elephant sits on a fence? This is a stupid but funny one to get us going.
So it's going to be something 30.
Nope. That was
No?
Why 30? Take me down that road.
Okay.
Thought process.
What? Okay,
What's the
let me.
logic?
I will answer your riddle with a riddle. What time is always dentist time?
Tea time.
No.
I don't teeth time. No.
2:30.
Oh,
2:30.
2:30.
2:30.
All right,
So that was my train
No,
of thought.
no.
2:30.
This, you guys don't think it doesn't have to do with that. It's time to fix the fence. Okay, come on now, people. All right?
Okay,
Come
good.
on.
because if an
All
elephant
right.
sits on the fence,
Yeah, it's
you
time
gotta
to fix
fix
the
it,
fence.
right?
Yeah.
All right, so that was something to get us going. But anyway, moving on. What has lots of eyes but can't see?
Storm.
Ooh, but lots of
That's-
eyes.
that has one eye.
That has an eye.
Yeah. Lots of eyes, but can't see.
A box of needles.
No, that is what has one eye and can't see.
A box of needles?
No, just a needle.
What has a lot of eyes but can't see?
Yeah.
What are things we like eyes
Mississippi.
like eye that you see with or like
Mississippi.
No.
MISSISSIPPI. Many eyes.
is that correct?
No, she's wrong, but she could be right. She could be right.
What has a lot of eyes but
Yeah.
cannot see?
This is some. Can I want to give you some hints here?
Yes,
All right?
please.
These eyes are most of the time they're white.
Uh-huh.
And the background for this eye would be something, I guess it could be different depending on what type it is, but typically it would be brown.
Don't say.
Typically white and the background will be brown
Yeah.
and they can't see eyes that are white. Oh my gosh.
These eyes continue to grow sometimes and get very long if they're kept in a dark place.
Mushrooms.
No, you're on the right track though.
Fungi.
No.
That's still mushrooms.
That's I. Fungi.
oh.
But what if you say fungi?
Fungi. Then you're incorrect.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was just saying.
What
come
grows
on
and
now.
continues to grow if you leave it and it has an eye?
The thing doesn't continue to grow. These eyes continue to grow.
Can we pass? I'm getting creeped
It
out.
is a potato.
Why would a potato be
A potato has eyes. The white things on a potato are eyes.
It's not eyes.
Yes, they are. They're called eyes.
Now I know what I know the white things you're talking about.
Yes.
They're called eyes?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Oh my goodness, you guys
I
got
rip those off when my potatoes get a little bit too.
Oh yeah,
mature.
exactly.
from
Definitely.
from them like the
green
things
onion
sprout.
starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yes. Yeah,
Well,
don't
they
eat
kind
those.
of gross me out too a little bit.
Yeah, they're creepy.
Yeah. You know you've
I
had
whip
potatoes
them
for
off.
too long.
Yeah. Well,
When you
exactly.
start seeing those.
When
What I
your
just saying.
potatoes are too mature.
All right.
Oh, 신기하다. I didn't know we call them
Okay.
eyes.
There you go. All right, people. Minsu learned something, and hope you did as well.
I also
All
did.
right. The next one. It stalks the countryside with ears that can't hear.
Oh,
What is it?
정답.
정답.
Okay, I'm happy you guys, because you're on the food train. I love it.
네.
At the same
On
time,
three.
3, 2, 1.
Corn.
There you go,
Ah.
people. See, I reeled you back in with that
Yeah.
one. I love it.
Stalks.
False sense of security.
Yes.
Stalks is what got me.
All right. What word is pronounced the same if you take away 4 of its 5 letters? It's a 5-letter word. If you take away 4 of those letters, it's still pronounced the same.
So it's like how you pronounce the letter. But what word? I, Y, Y? No, that's 3.
You see quite a lot of these in the city at certain events or, maybe releases.
Releases of what?
It could be anything.
Oh.
A special release of something.
Release of gas.
The Kraken. No.
Release.
You.
It's a
Release
5-letter
the
word.
Kraken.
Yes.
And if you take away 4, it sounds the same.
Before an event starts, you might have to wait in one of these.
Line. A cue.
Nailed it. Look at Minsu. He's so happy, people. He is so happy. I love it. All right.
I feel a little bit today.
Okay. Moving on here.
myself.
So yeah, cue.
Bring it on.
All
Bring it
right.
on.
What can run but never walks, has a mouth but never talks,
정답.
Oof. Wicked 빨라. But can we hear the
has
whole
a
thing
head
through,
but
though?
never weeps, has a bed but never sleeps? Laura?
정답.
What is it? She is correct. I love it.
Just whisper?
Yeah.
And that's a good whisper, too, because the mic didn't pick it up.
No.
And this is a very expensive mic.
Very expensive.
There you go. Yeah, very expensive indeed.
What can run but never walks?
Yes.
Has a mouth but never talks? Has a head but never weeps?
Yes.
Has a bed but never sleeps?
Okay.
Oh, the rhyming is very, very much confusing me right now.
Get rid of the rhyming.
Yeah, the rhyming
Don't
does.
think about the rhyming words.
All right.
Just think about run,
Walk, talk,
mouth,
weep,
head,
sleep.
bed.
Run, mouth, head, bed. A river.
Nailed it. There you go. All right, you guys are on top of it.
If you just give me 10 more seconds.
There you are, Laura. I didn't even get half the sentence, but hey, in fairness,
Nah.
Laura and Minsu do have the questions or the riddles.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
not the answers.
a very quick reader. So she was reading ahead.
I said I saw mouth. What can run and has a mouth? And then I was like head, bed, river.
She was like, Laura, run my mouth. There we go. There it is.
I was thinking,
You're in the shit.
All right, moving on here. Okay. Are you ready?
yes.
One night, a ninja and a pirate were on a ship. Oh. You guys don't have this question.
Okay.
Oh.
The ship began to sink. The ninja and the pirate jumped into a lifeboat. Before the ship went underwater, who died?
Of the 2 people?
Anybody else who was on the ship when it went under?
잠깐만, ninja and a pirate were on the ship. Was it just those 2 people?
I can't. I'm
Oh.
putting my hands up.
And the
your
ship
hands
started
up.
going down,
Yeah.
and the ninja and the pirate went on a smaller boat.
Yeah.
And the ship sank. Who died?
Who died? Not who. All right.
Can you read the last part right before
I'll read the
who
whole
died?
thing again.
Yes.
One night, a ninja and a pirate were on a ship. The ship began to sink. The ninja and the pirate jumped into a lifeboat. The ship went underwater. Who died?
Both.
No,
Oh.
they survived.
Oh.
Who died? Ship went underwater.
Pirate and the ninja. Pirates never go alone. So I would say his his crew.
Well, you
The
guys.
radio?
Well, no, think this is kind of a play on words. All right. And
We have an answer that came in.
Yeah,
from
who is this?
Rumen Redevnim saying the night.
this individual would be correct. One night,
Oh my
a
god!
ninja and a pirate were on a ship. One night, like I night thee.
Oh my
night.
gosh.
Me.
One night, come on.
See, if I would have put that on your page, you would have got it right away.
That's
Yeah.
true.
yeah, so I
Well,
couldn't put
true.
that.
One
All
of
right?
us would have.
Rumenim, wow.
Yeah, nailed it. All right.
That's pretty good.
Okay, we'll
I
go
would
back
never-
to all right. Maybe a little bit of an easier one. We probably got time for two more. I
Yeah,
think.
we
All
got.
right.
Yeah, we got it.
I shave every day,
Lies.
but my beard stays the same.
The pirate from
What
the
am I?
ninja boat story.
Shave every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I?
Me. Look at this.
Yeah, she's
I know,
fantastic.
because some people like they got that 5 o'clock shadow right after like
1
the
p.m.
morning of shaving. You know what I mean? But I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I? Rumenim, you want to help us out? I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. What am I?
Yeah,
What do you shave?
Legs, armpits.
this is a beard. He's talking about like no. This don't think of it as a man.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
and it is a beard.
Okay. Like on your chin
Yes,
jaw.
there's not like I'm shaving my legs under my arms or wherever else. No,
What are you? What are you?
A
if you don't-
mustache.
I'm a barber. I shave every day.
Because you're not
But my beard
shaving
stays the same.
yourself. You're shaving other
Hey,
people.
There you go.
It's because I never visit the barber. I
There
would
you
never have
go.
thought about
Okay.
that.
It's like today's questions. Like you always have to think about like the smaller guy, the guy in the background.
we always
right.
have to think.
Last one.
Yes.
Last one here. It's quick, it's easy. Hopefully you guys get it. It's shorter than the rest, but when you're satisfied, you bring it up.
It's shorter than the rest, but if it's satisfied, you bring it up. It's shorter than the rest, but if you're satisfied, you bring it up.
I didn't say whose. I'm just saying. This
A
could
burp.
A compliment.
be. Nope.
But if you're satisfied, you bring it. Like if I'm satisfied, like I burp.
Well, I don't know.
But you're
I bring
not
it up.
satisfied with the meal,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, maybe. Bring out my
shorter
wallet,
than
you
the
tip,
rest.
I don't know.
But if you're satisfied, you bring it up. Oh, this is tricky.
My
not
brain
that
isn't
tricky.
working today.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a bit
think
so.
tired.
You're shorter than the rest. I feel like it's like some kind of like a
It's shorter than the rest.
It's-
so think
it's
of a
shorter than the
collective of
rest.
things.
uh-huh.
And when you're satisfied, you bring it up. Are we almost out of time? Because I'll do this.
We got like
Well-
50 seconds.
Oh, well, I'll bring it up. It's a thumb. It's shorter than the rest.
See,
I think
And
my
you're
thumb is
satis-
longer than my pinky, though.
Well, when you hold your hand like this, it is not.
Baba.
Well, it's not measured correctly. No, it's not.
but you know, you have to think about other cultures where, you know, the thumbs up is not always
I come from a culture where that's offensive, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, hey,
that joke
take a
would
hike.
not fly in the UK,
Yeah.
Well,
right?
it's two thumbs and
So-
hates these jokes.
Oh,
This guy.
yeah.
Today's was thinkers.
Yeah, what
Today's
has
was
two thumbs
I'll
up
give
and
that to you.
loves
Hear me so.
the Monday Riddler.
그래 말이야. Oh, you caught us on a
There we
caught us
go.
on a
I
very,
like this. I think
slow day.
I had to give you more than what you got today.
맞아요. It
all
wasn't
right.
like right off the bat,
Yes.
right? Oh, and well, Andrew, you did your job as the Riddler.
I love
Stumped
it.
us, right? Rumenim, thank you so much on that one.
Good job.
Right? The
Oh,
night. Oh, it's always the night. All right, Andrew, we'll have a good rest of your Monday and the week. We'll see you back here next week.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Andrew.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, time for us to say goodbye for the first half of the show. This is To the Sky by Robin Thicke. We'll see you at 7.
The truth out there is cold, and nothing to keep you warm. Jealousy and lies within me. I got a feeling the sun won't shine today. Oh, and I gotta know right now. Will I be rich, have everything I want? I stop myself and look to the sky. Oh, I gotta give myself up to the sky. is in the sky. Nobody else can tell, 'cause I'm stuck in a spell of greed and anger and hate. Ooh, I tried to rise above it.
Transforming our world. Navigating toward a better future. The great transformation begins right here in Busan through the 2030 Busan World Expo. Busan will set a new course toward a better tomorrow for the Earth and for humanity. So we need your support to start a new movement.
I support.
지지합니다.
I support. I support.
지지합니다.
I support. I support.
Busan, the city where you can experience nature, technology, and people. The one and only 2030 Busan World Expo awaits you.
See you right here in Busan.
See you right here in Busan. This campaign is brought to you by BFM, 부산영어방송.
안녕하세요. 전국민 안전 캠페인 홍보대사 오나라입니다. 서두르다가 안전사고 겪은 분들 많죠? 그래서 빨리빨리 하기 전에 5초만 안전습관 캠페인을 시작합니다. 에스컬레이터로 뛰어들기 전에 5초만. 멈춘 후에 손잡이 꼭 잡고 타기. 슬금슬금 우회전하기 전에 5초만. 확실히 멈추고 주의 살피기. 이륜차 타기 전에 5초만. 헬멧 확인하고 출발하기. 빨리빨리 하기 전에 5초만 멈추면 모두의 안전이 계속됩니다. 다 함께 시작해볼까요? 나부터 5초만.
5초만. 5초만.
공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다. 로라 민수의 Inside Out Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here inside out Busan. I'm Laura McCluckey.
And I'm Min-Soo Shin. This is the second half of our show.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a couple messages that came in during the first half we
Lots
didn't
of
get
messages.
to. Right?
Talking name texting in because we asked at the top of the show at 6 o'clock ish, what is it that makes you unhappy? And Talking name said, comparing my life to the lives of people portray on social media, to the lives people portray on social media, it makes me not happy.
Yeah.
Same here. But actually, it's all fake.
맞아요.
People do a lot of things on social media that they want to show to the world.
Yeah.
But usually we don't put our sad moments on social media.
We don't, right? And if you are very like hooked on like, you know, everybody's having those moments, why not me? FOMO's a real thing.
FOMO's
right?
a real thing.
Fear of missing out.
And listen, likes and views and doing all those things, they do not by any means dictate your value as a human being. So I think a lot of people who do social media a lot feel they need all those likes, right? And so they do a lot of crazy stuff. So just don't look at socials for a while.
맞아요.
Yeah.
Also, Hisung님, real quick, she says, I think we feel unhappy because we are not satisfied with our lives. Yes, right, very true.
Yeah.
But Hisung님, I would be very satisfied if you sent us a batch of that 가지 오이 냉국. That looks delicious.
Yeah.
Hits the spot, especially during like the hot weather. Oh my gosh, my mouth is getting watery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ms. Name texting in.
Yes?
I don't understand the text message.
Oh, I think that's when we were talking about Anthropocene.
Anthropocene.
Yeah, she says she has never heard that word before and difficult to use, but useful. Thank you, 박사님들. You're very much welcome.
Same as me. That's the first time I've ever heard Anthropocene.
맞아요. That's why we brought it up.
That's why we did, because we will want to learn something. We want to
맞아요.
learn something new every day.
네.
We've got 펭수 아빠님. I want to go to Open Studio and talk a little about my experience, but I live in Jeju, so I can't go. 펭수 아빠님, I was just in Jeju 나 제주도 오늘 떠났어요.
복귀했잖아요. 네, 오늘 다시 부산 왔잖아요.
다시 부산으로 왔어요. Where
Well-
did you live? I was in 서귀포. It was very misty.
Yeah. 팽수 아빠님, well, thank you for joining us all the way from Jeju. Right?
오세요.
네, let us know if
부산으로
you're in
오세요.
town, right?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, continue to bring in those messages, listeners. We'd love to hear from you, but we do have to get into our On the Mic segment.
Yes, we do. And we've talked so much that the BG has run out.
Yes, it's run out of its time.
On the Mic is where we send our reporters out into the open, wild areas of Busan and
Make it sound like a jungle.
and interview you, the wildlings of Busan.
네.
So let's see who's on the mic today.
All right, today we're going to talk to someone and find out a little bit about their life. Hi, let's get to know them. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Quinn.
All right, Quinn, and tell everybody where are you from and introduce yourself.
I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I am here visiting in Busan, seeing a friend.
All right, great. So tell us, why did you decide to come to Busan?
I came to Busan because I love Korean skincare and all the different medical technologies that Korea has to offer.
And tell us a little bit about how Korean skincare compares to American.
Everything in the United States is so expensive, and I just think that I can come to Korea and have the experience of being in Korea and enjoying all the great food. And in addition, I get to access all the affordable skincare and all the different techniques that they use for improving skin.
Could you give an example, like what about price comparison? So if you were to get a treatment in USA compared to Korea, what would it be?
I think that most prices in the United States are double or triple what are charged here in Korea. So it's definitely worth the investment to make the trip over here. So in the United States, I was looking into getting some treatments done on my neck and my chin because I feel like I need to tighten up the skin there. And it was very, very expensive. But when I looked into getting treatment in Korea, it was way more affordable. And when I went to go get the treatment, I was really happy with the results. And all the professional staff in the office were really, really good and took really good care of me.
And what was the procedure painful, or how was it?
It was a little bit uncomfortable at times, but they do a really good job to make sure that you're comfortable, and they explain the process the entire time. So I felt like I was very knowledgeable, and the result was very successful.
All right, great. And what else do you love about Busan?
I just love the fact that it's so safe, and as a female, I can travel in Busan and beyond Busan and just feel very safe as a female traveler. I've traveled in many other countries, and I haven't always felt this safe. For example, one of my friends, she was traveling in Spain and she had her camera stolen, and I really just don't think that you have to worry about those things here.
Oh, great. So when you're here, you don't even, as a woman, you feel comfortable too? That's awesome.
Yes, I feel comfortable. Also, if I were to leave my cell phone on my table to like go to the bathroom, I would fully expect to come back and have my cell phone there. Like I don't feel like there's any threat.
What about in Seattle? Would you leave your phone on a table there?
No, in Seattle, I would probably keep most of my personal items on me at all times. I haven't experienced any theft or any kind of safety issues in Seattle, but I know that I have to be vigilant there. But in Busan, I feel much more safe.
All right, and what about food in Korea? Are you comfortable eating like the food here?
I love Korean food, and I will travel to Korea just for the food.
Okay.
When I first moved to Korea many years ago, it was a big struggle learning how to use the chopsticks, but once I mastered the chopstick skill, I never stopped eating. My favorite food is galbi, and as a foreigner, I've even I've even started liking kimchi, and my favorite...
Is it spicy for you, or what do you think when you first tried it?
It was an acquired taste for sure, but over time I just grew to love it. And I don't think it's spicy, but it definitely has a little bit of a kick to it. But my favorite food by far is sundubu.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a spicy tofu soup. Do you think that foreigners generally would like sundubu?
I'm not sure because some people don't like seafood, but it's one of my favorite foods, and I even try to make it when I'm back in Seattle, but it's very hard because I can't always find the ingredients.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. All right, well, it sounds like you really have a great time here in Busan. What do you want to say to everyone?
I just want to say that Busan has a little bit of something for everyone. So I would encourage people to come here to experience the skincare, the medical treatments that you can get here, to enjoy the food, to, experience everything that Busan has to offer. I think it's a really great city.
All right, well, thank you so much, Quinn. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
I love it when the interviews are in English.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it. It is what it is. Done.
Yes. So over
Bada
with.
bing.
That's today's On the Mic.
Yeah, there we go. But Quinn, thank you first of all to Tegan, our reporter.
Yeah.
But Quinn joining us on the show. Thank you, Quinn. Talking
From
about
Skedaddle, Washington.
Skedaddle
Yeah.
or Seattle.
Yes.
Talking about her. Well, she was here in Busan visiting somebody that she knows.
Friend. Mhm.
And said she was, loving lots of things about Busan, but
Yeah.
specifically loved the medical tourism aspect of it.
Yes. I have. No, I want to say I don't say a bunch because it was like 3 or 4. Do you consider 3 or 4 people a bunch?
No.
Yeah. So 3 or 4 like friends, 3 to 4 friends and family from the US that have specifically come to Korea, specifically to Busan
Yeah.
to get stuff done.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
get stuff done.
Yeah.
Getting the stuff done. Do you know what? A little stuff doing is not so bad.
Yeah, it's not, and I'm totally going to call out my cousin because she's not here. She doesn't know, I'm talking about this. She came to get her 쌍꺼풀 수술, and she was so deathly afraid, but she wanted to do it more than just being afraid of it. So she ended up doing it. But she mentioned she was so put at ease the whole time.
Yeah.
She was there right from when they put the robe robe on and everything until they had to place her on whatever seat, and they doctor said they told her everything that the doctor and the nurses were going to do before they actually did it.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably an aspect that a lot of people do look forward to when they come here to Busan because of the friendliness.
Yeah. The Busan Medical Tourism Alliance was recently formed, and
Are you an ambassador for that too?
I'm not an ambassador for it, but my 부원장 is the one on
You
on
guys
the
have
board.
this monopoly on ambassadorship.
She's
right?
on the board. But so this alliance is not just for medical tourism, but it's for medical wellness tourism. And so they're going to be developing this more and more. But I think the reason that people love it so much, like Quinn was talking about, is that it's so affordable, but the technology is cutting edge. So, for example, if you're in the UK, I don't know the States, I've only heard from other people, but apparently the States is so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
The UK, I don't think it's as expensive, but it's still expensive. And also, it's just not the same high quality that you can get here in Korea, because Korea's technology, it's far beyond many other countries.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Well, it's very expensive in the U.S. And if you try to get a deal on stuff like those types of procedures, you're risking it in the U.S. So everybody they go for, of course, quality. They go to L.A., they go to Beverly Hills, Rodeo, those kinds of places. But it's the doctors and the professionals that do it over there, they come to Korea, come to Busan for yeonsu, for these workshops to, gain more knowledge on how to do their job better, right?
So I've got a few friends who are surgeons, like cosmetic surgeons, and one of the things they hear a lot from international patients, make me look like a Korean. Or do this like a Korean.
Yeah.
So it could be people from Southeast Asia, it could be people from, China, from Russia, or people from the States. And they say, I want to look this way.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work. People's bone structure, depending on which region they're from, depending on their family, depending on their genetics, their bone structure is very different, obviously, right? And their face is different. So when people say, make me look like this Korean, my friend, one in particular, says he turns a lot of people away. He says, no, I can't because you will not get the result you want.
Right, you're going to get
so
disappointed.
I'm not willing to do this surgery for you.
Oh.
So it's very interesting, right?
It is interesting.
But Quinn was talking about how she loves the skincare as well, because Korea is very good at skincare, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I have my one of my cousins visiting soon too, and she was like, "Oppa, can you make me, a reservation at this, 피부과 and at this like aesthetics place?" She's gonna get just everything done before she has to go back.
Guess what I get asked? When are you coming over? Can you bring me blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
Because you can get it in Scotland, but it's like 3 times the price.
맞아요. Real quick, before we wrap on the mic up, Claire-님 on our YouTube is asking you specifically, Laura, do you think Korean skincare products are better? I'm just curious, but I'm sure you have naturally spotless skin, though. Do you want to debunk that myth?
So, which myth?
No.
I have very dark circles, actually. Can I tell you that I'm going to admit this, and a lot of people might be against this, really against this, and you may judge me for it, but I had a baby recently, and I've been doing boyusuyu, so I also use breast milk for my face.
Oh. I've never heard of that.
Really? It's fantastic. Breast milk is so good for so many different things. You put it on a cut, it will heal the cut quickly. Your baby's got nappy rash, you put it on, it heals it very quickly. You put it on your
Regeneration
face.
effects.
It's very, very good it's very good to clear up yodorum, for example, acne and things like that, because it's got a specific something, it's got blah, 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 acid. Lipids.
One of those.
Science word. So it's really good for various types of things. But Korean skincare, I think they're just so good at it because it's such a focus.
Yeah.
Because people really care, and there's a whole routine, and Koreans are generally blessed with good skin.
Yeah.
I feel. In general, like Asian skin is pretty good.
I agree. I agree. It's weird to say I don't agree, but I know what you mean. I think
that's a horrible generalization, but in general.
But they do put a lot of focus in that because it is considered, not a priority, but pretty up there when it comes to just, looks in general and image and beauty, right?
So I trust a lot of skincare that's from Korea, but actually I usually use just natural oils. Like I'll use coconut oil, rosehip oil, breast milk, essential oils.
Yeah. All natural.
Natural, baby.
Yeah. Well, nice. Well, Claire-님, hopefully that gives you some insight onto what Laura thinks, right?
My
when it
skin
comes
is not
to
flawless or clear.
All right. Well, we talked too much about skincare. Well, Quinn, that's your fault. You brought it up.
Quinn,
Thank you.
thank you so much. We love Busan also.
Yes.
And we're grateful for your
That's
interview.
what the whole interview was about. No, but thank you so much, Tegan, to our reporter as well. That was today's On the Mic. We're going to take a quick song break.
Okay, let's have a quick song break.
Nah.
Is it my song request?
This is your song request.
Many of Horror by Biffy Clyro.
You say I love you, boy, but I know you lie. I trust you all the same. I don't know why. My bruises shine, our broken fairy tale, so hard to hide. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth that. When you hit me hard. Sitting in a wishing hole, hoping it stays right. Feet cast in solid stone, start killing his eyes. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth it. When you hit me hard. 'Cause you said love is let us go against one. Our future is born. Many apart. Our future's born. Many apart. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth it. When you hit me hard.
This is a bit of a dramatic ending.
Yeah, it's very dramatic. I like it.
Yeah. I've never heard of that
Really?
song or the band.
Biffy Clyro, Scottish band. They're a rock band. Actually, that's one of their more. I mean, it's still very rocky, but it's more one of their more kind of. I don't know.
Like a little like toned
Mainstreamy?
down. Oh, mainstream songs. Oh, for the masses, as they say.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's like a little number. Biffy. I feel like most of. Okay, I don't want to say other than like the famous ones. I feel like the bands that are lesser known from Scotland. I feel like you put it into our system.
Pretty much. Every single one.
That's good.
You're
That's
welcome.
Good. Thank you.
Ding dong ding.
Right.
Not just Scotland, other places as well. I was an indie kid, Minsu. I was a really big indie kid. So while I was enjoying, Stone Roses and The Cure and all of that, I was into like indie bands as well. So 1990s was one of my favorite bands. You'll never have heard of them. Like so many different kinds of bands.
I was big on indie bands too. But then a bunch of them got like really famous, and I feel like I like them because they sound good, and obviously if you sound good, you end up becoming big. Like bands like Jimmy Eat World, right? They're a huge band now, but before I used to go to like concerts like at the smaller venues. They were like a band like from Arizona or something, and they did like small like pubs and like cafes like around California and Arizona. I went to a couple of their shows. Like, hey, they sound pretty good,
Yeah.
right? And they were like. Jimmy World, and they're like headlining like with like huge bands. So, yeah,
It's funny. Do you remember? Oh, so I used to work at a radio station called Beat 106 when I was like 18 years old.
the Beat 106.
You're tuned in to Beat 106. Beat 106. So I used to work at Beat 106, which gave me access to a lot of famous people and upcoming famous people when we did lots of different kinds of events. And it was very much not like BEFM. It was like an independent radio station, and it was all about music, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I remember going to this launch party in Glasgow, Edinburgh. and Snow Patrol were unknown at this point. I mean, they were coming up, but not really yet. So I went and I played pool with Snow Patrol.
You know what's crazy? I was just going to put a Snow Patrol song on.
See, we're connected
Chasing
in the brain.
cars.
Yeah.
Right?
Do it. Put it on.
But then I decided to put on One Republic.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you
Hi.
for joining the Laura and Minsu Chit Chat Hour. Clearly. 7:22 on the clock. You're tuned into Inside Out on 90.5 and 103.3 FM. I'm Laura McCluckey.
And I'm Minsu Shin. Let's see what the weather and traffic is looking like.
Yes. Okay, so brace yourself, people, because we're ready for more rain. Temperature-wise, we're currently averaging 27 degrees Celsius in Busan. Morning lows of 24, afternoon highs of 26. However, heavy monsoon rains are expected to fall here in Busan starting from tonight and into tomorrow in various different areas. So the Korean Meteorological Administration has asked for necessary precautions as between 70 to 250 millimeters of rain will fall in varying intensity depending on your area. So have your doors and windows closed, stay safe, and make sure you are staying up to date with all the updates for the weather, especially in your area.
네.
부산은 오늘 밤과 내일 강한 비가 내리겠습니다. 안전에 각별히 주의해 주세요.
네, 부탁드립니다. When it comes to traffic, congestion on 낙동북로 from 구포대교 going towards 구포대교 Junction. There's also congestion on 관문대로 from 삼락 Interchange going towards 백양 Tunnel. And then we have slow-moving traffic on 반송로 from 연산 Junction going towards 과정 Junction. Everybody,
drive safe.
부탁드릴게요. 네. Real quick, maybe you want to answer this question too. We have Silly Serious Name on our YouTube saying, Busan English Broadcasting Name, do new listeners from TBS CFM get a round trip flight from Seoul to Busan for free?
Well, I will ask on your behalf.
Oh, you know what? I will answer on behalf of BFM. You know, why not just listen to us from there? No. You don't have to come to Busan to listen to us. I mean, but if you come, of course, we'd be delighted. Yeah. But in terms of, in a perfect world, right? Silly Serious Name, in a perfect world, we'd be able to provide that, but only in a perfect world.
It's funny, like, my initial, as a Scot maybe, or maybe just as a moron, my initial response would be, if we had enough money to give you a round-trip flight, we'd have the police watching it. Which is what my uncle used to say to me whenever I would ask him for money.
If I had police?
So I would
Because that'd be so much money?
Because it's so much money, it's like you need to guard it, right? So I would say, Uncle Bill, how much money will you give me for my birthday? And my Uncle Bill was kind of like my father. He was like a very father figure. And he'd be like, 5 quid. That's £5. 5 quid. If I had that much money, I'd have the police watching it. I
love Uncle Bill already.
Uncle Bill's funny.
Right. Well, it is a little past our usual time, but second hour of our show, I usually had a little segment I like to call WWW.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Whatever. Whatever.
Worldwide. Whatever.
Worldwide. Whatever.
That's the name of the segment that I am going to lead today.
Yeah.
So, I do this on Monday. You do your thing, me time, on Thursdays.
Nope,
But it's
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. I do apologize. But it's Monday. Time for me, actually.
Yeah, this is the segment where you bring us some sort of news from the world that isn't really headline-worthy news.
Yeah.
It's kind of the news that you find on page 7 of an obscure website and you think, this can't be real, surely. Why would anybody care about this? And Minsu finds it and brings it to us in the studio for us to go, whatever.
I do a deep dive on the internet every day for this, right?
Great.
On the corners of news sites that only sees cobwebs.
News. Questionable news.
Well, I will let our listeners be the judge of that because news number 1 that I bring, headline reads.
I love both of these stories so much. I can't decide which one I love the most.
So the first article, let me read it first. Sausage vending machines booming in Germany. Now, you think, you come to Korea, you come to Japan, and you're just so wowed by everything that's in vending machines, right? Drinks, snacks, what else?
Especially Japan.
You could buy tablet PCs and
Right?
stuff like, through vending machines.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Germany taking a step further. Now you could buy sausages as well as other types of barbecue meats. In vending machines. 소세지 재판기입니다. 소세지 재판기.
I have
거기래.
questions.
Yes.
Many questions. But also, this is really sad for me that we're talking about this now because recently, over the weekend, because we were, so much rain, I watched a documentary and then did my own subsequent research about processed meat.
Ah.
So I am making a move to go vegan, actually.
Uh-huh.
So this is so sad for me to learn about these wonderful, wonderful machines with delicious sausages.
But I feel like, like in Germany, it's a little bit more, of
Less
like
processed?
Yeah, less processed, more natural ingredients because, they're known for their sausages.
Real
right?
sausage.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Not like, the sausage. Well, I mean, there is considered real sausage, in some stores here in Korea, but like the most of it, right?
Yeah.
So these machines, vending machines, sausage vending machines, 소세지 재판기, they're booming outside German cities where shops are less likely to stay open for long hours, which makes sense. People, they maybe don't have time to go to their, their meat shop, and they gotta...
Just gotta have that meat at 9 p.m.
right? And I know maybe, for them, sausages, various types of barbecue meats, bockwurst, bratwurst, they're staples when it comes to, some, dining tables. So, a spokesperson for the industry said, especially in structurally weak rural areas, vending machine solutions are becoming increasingly popular. So once again, places that close like at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., where people are just getting off work. And then if you don't find the time to do your grocery shopping, you could at least buy your sausages and meats.
I think it's a great idea.
At a vending
because
machine.
You can have a vending machine that's refrigerated, obviously.
Yeah.
So...
And most vending machines are refrigerated.
Yeah. So, why not?
Yeah.
Why not have, because if you think about it, you get your soda and it comes out cold and so refreshing. So you put meat in it and it's all good. But I was thinking it was hot. I was thinking these hot
like cooked sausages would come out?
Like a rotisserie chicken stand for sausages.
I'm sure we're heading down that route.
That would be booming. I would be out there every night.
Because in America, I don't know if they have these around. They used to have pizza vending machines.
Yes.
Where you would select ingredients and
cooks
toppings,
a slice of pizza for
and
you.
it cooks like a whole pan of pizza for you, and you just add this big slot that they have.
That wasn't just in America. I think that was somewhere here or somewhere I've been as well.
Yeah. So obviously you don't see them or hear about them these days because they didn't quite work out, right? But I could see this working. Now, they're not saying this is going to be everywhere right now, but more in rural areas. So the industry is saying there's a strong development towards the vending machine, which is used to deliver meat, milk, eggs, and other products to customers outside of core opening times for stores and supermarkets, right?
Love it.
So other things they're thinking about putting in there, so eggs, milk, butter, fruit, and vegetables.
But
which are essentials.
You cannot have, now this is where I draw the line. If it's got to be separate, that's fine. But you can't have uncooked meat next to cooked meat. You can't have uncooked meat next to your fruits and veg.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the summertime. Even though it's refrigerated, you're going to have problems.
Well, I mean...
Rethink it.
I'm sure it's wrapped too.
But still, it's a slippery slope, means.
Because are you thinking all right, press A3 and like a sausage doesn't fall?
Just a ring of sausage.
Yeah.
But they flop down, they whack a banana on the way down, they whack a bunch of grapes. That is now contaminated food.
I saw pictures of this, but it looks like, it looks like they have the infrastructure, the structure of the vending machines down to, and most of the foods are wrapped inside the vending machine. So yeah, sausage vending machines are very much an up and coming thing in Germany. And it makes sense, obviously, a country known for their very delicious sausages.
I think it's a smart idea. It's like how amazing I think 무인 편의점 is.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I'd be down for something like this here in Korea.
Yeah.
Right? Because
vending machine.
sometimes you just you get a craving for some bratwurst.
I want to have a sausage vending machine that is like a grill. It's got fire on the inside.
Oh.
And you're I want this sausage, and it's fires up the jets, and then
I can see where, some violations when it comes to just hazardous,
But think about it. You're coming home after a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
You can't go to a restaurant. It's time to go home, but you also want to have a snack.
Yeah.
You don't want to cook anything.
Yeah. Because the ones that have at 편의점's, like you got to microwave it.
It's not the same.
You know what I mean?
I want that fire flavor.
But why stop at sausages then? Why not go like
Rotisserie
above and
chickens.
beyond, like chickens, ribs, right? Brisket, pasta might be. You never know. You
Like
never
a
know where they
pasta
might take it to
AI
this.
vending machine.
Yeah, so I feel like that's where they're going to go towards. If they're going to be putting more and more types of food in these vending machines, I feel like how it's even prepared before it gets into the hands and mouths of the consumers, that's probably going to be important too. So they might start adding things like, heat up the food that you order on the vending machine.
Does this spell the kind of the down of the restaurant business, the death of the restaurant business?
I wouldn't say restaurant. This is more of like maybe it might affect, I want to say, like convenience stores and like smaller markets more.
So then convenience stores need to upgrade with these food vending machines.
Yeah, right. They're going to have to step it up. You heard that, 편의점's. All right, get to it. Sausage vending machines in Germany are a thing.
Love it.
On to our second and last article of the day.
I love this
This
title.
one reads,
Love it.
Hong Kongers urged to stare at smokers in a disapproving way to help create a tobacco-free city. I read this and I was like, I had to share this. So people in Hong Kong are being advised to stare at smokers. 흡연자들의 좀 이렇게 째려봐라고 이렇게 추천을 하고 있습니다. As part of efforts to create a tobacco-free city. This is according to the territory's health minister. So it comes from the top.
I mean,
Right?
it's just you're publicly
Yeah, you're shaming them.
dirty.
Basically.
You're shaming people.
Yeah.
You're urging people to be mean to other people.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
So one of the experts, in this effort, Professor Lo Chung Mao, said that people who have lit up in areas where it is lit up meaning they light their cigarettes, where it is prohibited, are unlikely to hit back if everyone stares at them.
Yeah.
Especially in places where you're not supposed to be smoking.
Yes.
Which I feel like happens a lot here in Korea.
I was watching a Django cartoon, and there's like
네.
this group of ajumas who go up to this ajashi, and he's smoking, and it's obviously blurred out because we're in Korea, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, but this is a place where I'm supposed to smoke. Blah, 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 blah. And they're like screaming at him because he's smoking, even though it's 흡연. And 흡연 means okay, right?
흡연 구역이면 like okay.
It's okay to smoke.
네.
And
But 금연 means no.
금연, right?
네.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about this. People already do this. People already shame people. And I don't think that's the answer, honestly. I think cessation programs, smoking cessation programs, or free smoking cessation information / stress management / XYZ other things could be implemented. I don't think it's a good idea to make your neighbors hate each other.
Oh, yeah. I see where that's going. Because, it's such a problem, I guess, for society in Hong Kong. So, they mention like authorities using surveillance footage, video clips provided by the public to crack down on smokers in restricted areas, which I think they do also here in Korea, right? If you're parking where you're not supposed to be parking, where like anybody could take a picture of it and then send it to, City Hall or like 동사무소, and they'll let you know, like, right? So this is obviously something that they want to, crack down on, but maybe it's not as effective. So why not add on top of that? If you were to see a smoker who is doing it in a place where they're not supposed to, give him the evil eye.
I'll do it. I mean, I'm not saying that I would be the one up there in a ministerial position encouraging people to evil eye each other. But as, non-resident, but, as a visitor, if I go to Hong Kong, I'll evil eye. I'll happily do it.
Yeah. I mean, the health minister says it would help, right? Yeah, I feel like if this were to happen here in Korea, I think, lots of arguments and fights will break out. So I don't see this happening too much, unless, I don't know, the government says it's okay. Then there probably will be people, stepping up to the plate to try it out, right?
But sometimes I find myself, and I find myself, especially when people are smoking down the street and I've got my kids or whatever,
네, 맞아요.
and I walk past, and if the smell is really bad, I'm like, 진짜 냄새.
I do that on
빨리
purpose
가자.
too. 저도 일부러 그래요. Like if I were to, like I don't look at them, right? But being super passive aggressive, right? And I'm walking with my daughter, and I talk to her. 어디 냄새 안 나니? Right? And then she would go, 담배 냄새. 맞아. 담배 냄새 나네.
You're toxic. You know that? You're more toxic than the smell. You're toxic.
And then, but 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work.
No.
So this is, Hong Kong's efforts because they are trying to lessen the amount of people smoking because it is hazardous, very hazardous to their health. They are trying out ideas like banning people born after a certain date from buying cigarettes.
Oh.
Or they're even thinking about increasing the tax on tobacco to 75% of the package price. But these are all things that I'm sure is going to take a lot of like loops they have to hop through to make it work. But in the meantime, something that everybody could get in on, right?
Evil eye.
Evil eye. 째려봐잉 흡연자들, where you're not supposed to be smoking, right? Yeah, I thought that was...
Yeah, you can't just walk around and go to all these like smoking stations and be like, I'm watching you. You can't do that.
Step outside. There's this 5-meter area. I'm going to give you the evil eye.
Evil eye.
Yeah, but I do like the effort of trying to cut, have a whole society cut back on smoking.
I think everybody needs to stop smoking because I want everyone to be healthy.
맞아요, right? Health is the main issue.
But then I have to say
stake.
things like everyone's got to stop eating processed meat. Everyone's got to stop blah, blah, blah.
그래 말이야.
Everyone's got to stop blah, blah.
Where do we draw the line, right?
So exactly.
Interesting.
Freedom.
네. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is today's Worldwide Whatevers.
Thanks, Minsu. That was great.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
That's enough. I'm not going to give you any more praise, but these two were two of my favorites.
I'll take it.
Ridiculous.
And I'll take that to the bank.
Let's have a song.
Yes.
What would you like to listen to?
Speaking of staring, this is One Republic. Stop and stare. Hong Kong is encouraging it.
Sick of us. It's time to make a move. I'm shaking off the rust. I've got my heart set on anywhere but here. I'm staring down myself, counting up the years. Steady hands, just take the wheel. And every glance is killing me. Time to I never thought I could. Steady feet, don't fail me now. I'ma run till you can't walk. Something pulls my focus out, and I'm standing down. Stop and stare. I think I'm moving, but I go nowhere.
안녕하세요. 고품격 영어 방송 Inside Out 부산의 품격 있는 Writer Steve입니다. Winners of Inside Out Busan listeners participation segment will get full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in Gyeongdong and Yeonsan-dong, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. A place to entertain your brain and eyes, Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳, 뮤지엄 오브 일루전 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 언제나 맛있는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 인투 로스터리. Coffee voucher and a pack of fresh coffee whole beans sponsored by Into Roastery in Yangsan. A delicious brunch for two from Gorilla Brewing Busan, Gwangan branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다. 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. IOB와 함께하는 품격 있는 선물. It's all yours, listeners.
It's time for Quote Unquote, the segment where we give you a quote.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
So I'm trying to find more information just because the quote that I brought, it seems too easy to be the actual person, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dig deeper. And if I'm incorrect, then please feel free to tell me, Laura, you are incorrect, sir.
Oh, I'll be the first person to tell you.
I'm sure you will be. Here's the quote for today.
네.
I usually bring a clip, but I didn't today.
That's
So I
fine.
want to talk more.
Yeah.
Surprised. Ready? Know thyself. Good.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
Where have I heard this?
Well, Socrates
Oh, yeah.
said it. Socrates.
Yeah.
Socrates.
Socrates.
Know thyself. So apparently, know thyself, it was from Socrates. It's a philosophical maxim. It was inscribed upon the Temple of Apollo in the ancient Greek precinct of Delphi. And it's the most well-known of the Delphic maxims. You know what that is?
It's one of my favorites.
It's my favorite Delphi maxim. But it's been quoted, it's been analyzed, it's been used so many times by authors, poets, radio hosts throughout history.
Yeah.
And it's been given many different applications. But he said, basically Socrates said that knowledge begins in self-discovery. So you better know thyself. And he said it like that. And he gave it one of...
Because I was going to say, I feel like the more modern version / hip-hop version of that would be
Check yourself.
check yourself before you riggedy
yourself.
wreck yourself.
Riggedy wreck yourself, Shamon. So, yeah, what do you think? I was thinking about this all the way here because I knew I was going to do this one today. I was listening to Jay Shetty, whom actually I don't really like that much, but he said, he was talking about how do you know what you should pursue in your life? How do you know who you are? And it's all about like getting to know yourself. And he said, for example, finding out what your purpose in life is, finding out what you really want to do with your life is like a good place to start to get to know yourself. But it's kind of a paradox because you can't find out what you love until you know yourself. But part of knowing yourself is knowing what you love.
Yeah.
Difficult. So there's 4 questions. What am I good at? What do I love doing? What does the world need? How can I make money at it? So this is a good way to find out what your purpose could be doing. But actually, Gandhi said that you kind of learn your purpose when you are lost, like when you stop focusing on life around you and you just give yourself in service to other people, and then you find your purpose? It just jumps up on you.
I think I'm more of the mindset of Gandhi, but I don't find myself serving people, I guess, but more like just kind of like letting things happen. And then all of a sudden, when what's that word? All of a sudden, when opportunity meets, what is it?
When opportunity meets timing,
like readiness or something. Yeah. I feel like that kind of stuff has happened a couple times in my life. And, I'm okay with that formula.
So I'm at a crossroads in my life at the moment. And
see you at the crossroads.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
You won't be lonely.
Oh no, it's not that one.
Oh.
See you at the crossroads.
Yeah, so you won't
See
be
you
lonely.
at the crossroads.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No, so that's the thing. Bone Thugs and Harmony was then sampled by some really rubbish UK boy gangster band.
I don't want to hear that
terrible.
version.
No, you don't. It's very bad. Anyway, I'm kind of at a crossroads now because I've been looking at my life now as a parent of 2 kids. I raised my son for 8 years. And so after he was old enough to be up to, UT1 and all that kind of stuff, like 어린이집 UT1, it gave me a lot of time and space to build things that I want to build. But now I'm back at square one, raising a baby. And so I'm thinking, what do I even like anymore? Because I've spent so much time working, so much time building, so much time being a carer, a mother, a wife, a friend, a confidant, a boss, radio host. So what do I like? Who am I? And I was thinking, when you ask, people always make fun of that question, who am I? Oh, who am I? But it's like, this is such an important question that we should ask ourselves. And I think we should ask ourselves since we're children, like, who am I? Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Laura. Yeah, but what does that mean? What does Laura like?
Yeah.
What makes Laura feel joyful? What do I enjoy eating? So, because a lot of kids and a lot of adults, just as a general stress response, will say, I don't know. Or we'll just say something out of habit.
Yeah.
Or we'll say something because it's just easy and we're tired and we can't be bothered choosing anything. Like.
That's me, but I kind of don't want the same view of like what I am as a person. I don't want like my daughter to have that same view because once again, I'm very like just things come, and I do as things come.
Life happens to you.
Yeah, just life happens to me. But I hope that maybe if I were to give her, this idea of like, you are what you want to be, and give her a sense of identity, right? Not just other than, you're my daughter and you go to this school. I'm a student here. Like more than that, right? So I wanted to have that sense of identity because I feel like that's something that will, give you like strength and purpose.
Yeah. And that's what we need as humans. We need a purpose. We need purpose. What is the purpose? Because if we don't feel like we're fulfilling a purpose, if we don't feel useful or like we're having an impact, then we can get pretty nihilistic.
Yeah.
We can get pretty apathetic or like, what's the point? So I think it's really important, especially for our kids. And that goes for like kids we teach, kids we are in care of, kids we care for even, and, our personal kids.
Personal kids.
Our on loan kids, all that kind of stuff.
Separate from our public kids.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That we help them learn how to think for themselves and help them learn how to ask themselves those questions.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, teach your children to blah, blah, blah. I think it's help them learn how to, not teach them to. Because then we're telling them what they need to know.
맞아요.
But helping them ask those questions.
Yeah, because I forgot who told me the other day, as a parent, it's not... I mean, once again, it could be, different views for other people, but somebody told me as a parent, you don't like make them do things that you think are right. You rather kind of just like lay options for them.
Yeah.
Right? And you give them choices.
You give them the opportunity to choose something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that, because here in Korean society, we're like, you're going to study this and you're going to major in this so you can become this. I think it's changed a little bit with our generation of parents these days. But yeah, I think with giving especially the younger generation and kids more choices, I feel like that's going to give them more sense of, because I chose this is who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with it. That kind of mindset.
Yeah. I think that, there's a lot of people who have a fixed mindset rather than a growth mindset. So I'm gonna challenge our listeners. 도전 드리겠습니다. Know thyself. 그러면은 여러분 누구세요? Who are you? Who are you? What do you like? What brings you joy? What is your purpose? Like, who are you? At the core of it, who are you?
네.
진짜 어려운 질문이다.
맞아요. 본인은 누구십니까?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can start with those 4 questions. What do you love do? No, what are you good at? What do you love doing? What does the world need? And how can you make money at it? And if you kind of combine those 4, you make a Venn diagram, and in the middle, that could be your purpose.
You're just trying to get people to make Venn diagrams.
Yes. Make a Venn diagram. Anyway,
근데 좋은 질문들이고 그냥 생각하는 시간 가졌으면 좋을 것 같아요. It's a question that I think we never ask ourselves. Actually,
never really ask
who am
ourselves.
I?
Who am
right.
I?
Who am I? Where's
Who
that
am I
from?
these days?
Who am I?
This is Sparta.
아니 그건 아니에요.
Different movie. It's not the same. Who am I?
Nice.
Zoolander?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Merman.
Today's quote unquote brought to you by Laura. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
네. And that'll do
All
it for
right.
today's show.
Yes, time to say goodbye for another show. Today's show produced by Kim Yoon, hosted by Im Soo-jin. Written by Im Soo-jin. Hosted by Laura McCluskey.
And hosted by Min-Soo Shin. Our last little track is by 곽진원, 내 마음에 비친 내 모습.
Oh, 좋다. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
꿈의 조각들은 하나 둘 사라져가고 쳇바퀴 돌듯 끝이 없는 방황에 오늘도 매달려가네 거짓인 줄 알면서도 겉으로 감추며 한숨 섞인 말 한마디에 나만의 진실 담겨 있는 듯 이제와 뒤늦게 무엇을 더 보태려 하나 귀 기울여 듣지 않고 달리 보